Okay, we'll happily keep this hand. We've got the map into 2-drop, into 2-drop, into lots of stuff happening. So keep. F8, we always F8. Island, cool. So we're curving out pretty well here. And basically we're just going to see what happens. Okay, so my opponent's doing the slow thing with the prophetic prisms. Well, we're going to be playing our creatures and hopefully doing some damage before they can. I'm going to keep map up. I'm not going to be using map anytime soon, just because it can bring out those raiders a turn earlier. Cool. So we're going to be able to get in for our energy with use our energy, get a servo, happily get the servo here. My opponent's kind of not doing much. He could have, nope, doesn't have it. That's fine. Save that, drop a Drake, pass turn. Okay, so we've got the 0/4 that can't block my flyers, so we're happy with that. Okay, well we can melt that down. So we might just not attack. So we might. So we draw a plane. So we can kill it if we melt it down and then just block it with everything. So we'll play the construct. We'll take the scry. We'll see what we're going to get. Yes, I will be scrying. I do not want an island unless it's a good scry. My opponent decides to keep his card on top, so good for them. So the goal from here, we're not going to attack. We're going to pass priority, melt down the Sky Whale and double block it if the opponent gives me the option. Okay. Ooh, that's a nice card. I do not mind that thing. Okay, if he doesn't attack, I'll just melt it down anyway. Maybe I should have done the double strike guy. Melt it down. I mean, our goal is to get through on the air, and we've got just chumpers to deal with the 2/2 double striker. So that's fine. Disallows a card. So we'll keep getting in. We're going to get another servo, which is always nice. Fine, then we'll just play another Drake. And basically, if he starts attacking with this, we're just going to start throwing servos in front of it. We're not too upset. Hopefully this is something I'm going to regret not having. Okay, so yeah, so Skywell comes back into play. It's going to get a 3/3. Okay, well that's annoying, but hey, it's fine. It still can only kill one creature a turn. But yeah. Okay, so where we're at, Quick Fifth Spy lets me start drawing cards on my server, on my Renegade map probably. Just because obviously servos can be killed a lot easier. Yeah, so we'll do that. We'll put it on the map. And we can start drawing some free cards off it, and we'll keep our defenses up so that we can block and stop him from attacking. So we need to get rid of this. Got a bunch of them. Does he have Saheeli? He doesn't have Saheeli, does he? He's tapping for red mana, so that's... I mean, it's not Saheeli, right? If I lose to Saheeli combo in draft, I'm going to be very annoyed. Suppose. So he's doing something. Guess we'll just wait for my opponent. Okay. The fact that my opponent's even playing red makes me worried that they do have Saheeli. We'll draw a card. Yeah, cool. That's not bad. That's not a bad draw. Beats on board anything, or trades for this and beats anything else. But can't attack with really anything, can he? Okay, well that can tap that down. It doesn't untap, so you may as well just slam that. Or do they have Saheeli though? Because if they have Saheeli, then I'm just dead. But hey, let's try and get some damage in. Obviously we're going to tap the flyer. Yes. And we're going to attack for 5. So, I mean, the 5 this turn, if he doesn't play a flyer, it's going to be another 8 next turn. So that puts him down to a pretty low life. I can't even do the math right now. It leaves him on 5. And then his best block has him dead. So he needs to play a flyer, kill a creature. He's got a lot of outs. My opponent has a lot of outs still, but we're not in a terrible place. We're not in a terrible place. Or obviously, if he starts attacking, I'm pretty happy to just start blocking. He's taking my this for his that, okay. That's upsetting. We're going to block that. You go, eat a servo. Oh, he's got 2 mana open. Yeah, no. Double block, triple blocking does nothing. Land similarly does nothing. Okay, so he can block to trade there. So the decision here is I can attack with my 3 flyers and lose one of the and trade basically just 2 for 0 myself because I'm losing 2 of my own creatures and he's losing literally nothing besides 3 life. I could just play the Crusher, which is going to be bigger than anything they have on board, or I can leave up to Scylla. I think we play the Crusher. I'm not one for leaving up counter spells. Not one for leaving counter spells at all. I think we need to draw my trade wins. If I draw my trade wins, it means I can get my Spy and my Spire Patrol back, and they can start doing things for me again. That puts me in a pretty good spot. Cool, he's got another flyer, so yeah, him popping out more flyers is pretty bad for me. Ooh, and him popping out one of the best cards uncommons in the set is also pretty bad for me. But hey, my Crusher blocks it. My opponent's down to no cards. I've got 1, which is unexciting. But he can't. Yeah, see, he can attack. He gets a free attack because he knows I'm not blocking it. But he can't attack with this. Can't attack with pretty much anything except that. I really want to draw not a land. I would really like to draw not a land. Oh well. I guess I'm just gonna pass through the turn. I think we're in the build-up phase where we are stalling out a bit. And like if I get the right thing, because he's down to no cards, disallow basically just nulls his draw. I'm gonna have to trade this off soon, right? I'll give him a couple of turns of attacking with it. Trade wins. That's what we want. Okay, so we'll wait till the attack. If I play it now, 1, 2, 3. So I'll play the land. Actually, I suppose if I play it, target. 1, 2. It's 3 mana. This is 4, so I can replay this, tap this down, attack with these guys, have this up for next turn. Yeah, let's do this. So permanent I control will be this one, permanent I don't control will be this one. Pay my 3 mana. See what my opponent decides to do. There we go. So I can either play the Spy Patrol to get free attacks, or I can play the Quicksmith Spy to draw some cards. I think I want the free attacks. Well, not free, because you can block with the Osprey, but that's cool. We don't care about that. Still leaves me with Crusher up. This only triggers at the end of his turn, so it doesn't matter if I kill some of his creatures this turn. I'm going to tap that. I'm going to attack for 4. You can block if he wants. Yeah, trade wins was probably the best card to get me out of that situation. I would have had to go to a point where I had to trade off 2 of my creatures for nothing. 2 of my owned creatures. It's drawing lands and slamming them, which I don't think is a bad thing, but hey. He's got a somewhat free attack with his Osprey, but no. That's cool. End step, I'm not doing anything, am I? No. Drawing lands. So lands basically mean nothing for me at the moment, so we'll keep it. I think I'm happy to, if I attack, he block, takes 2, 4, 5, goes to 4. He's in a pretty bad place. Or I could just attack for 4. Yeah, I might just attack for 4. That way his blocks aren't horrible. Yeah, put him to 5. We'll play the Spy. Might just play the land now. 4. Should have, yeah. Alright, let's target the Prism. Drop the land so that I can disallow. Basically, is he dead on board? 1, 2, blocks 3, blocks 2. Do I just straight up counter that? No, I don't need to counter that, do I? So next turn he's going to block this. He's going to block one of these, means he takes 3. That's fine. Probably should have drawn a card. Yeah. Go on, attack with your creatures. No, didn't think so. Instead, I don't want to create that. I want to draw a card. Okay, we drew a land, and that's fine, and that's probably game, right? 6, 7, 8, 1. Yep. I think that's game, so I'm going to get through with 2, 5 damage. Counter if he casts something. Yeah, he needs to kill a creature, but he can't do that because I can just That's fine. Okay, so my opponent's on, yeah, whatever. How long is it going to take my opponent? Yeah, cool. Took me a minute to realise that they had nothing. So my opponent is on. It's a similar deck, but a bit more. Mine seems to be a bit more focused on just having this game plan. But there's obviously something going on. Like I said, I don't see my opponent playing red just for this card. Sure, it's a fine card, but it's not. I don't think it's worth splashing. I don't know. I could be wrong. 2 great artifacts with them. Definitely bringing in Fragmentize. Okay, so let's just see. What was I drawing? Leaving the Dust is good. Maybe the second Leaving the Dust will be good. Okay, so looking through the cards, so yes, I want Fragmentize, just because it destroys his stupid vehicles. I mean, Leaving the Dust I could play. Ceremonious Rejection is actually not the worst card. Nah, it's not too hard. Question is, what do I take out if I do look at that? I would think, like, my default thought was to take out the Crusher, but the fact that he's, you know, obviously Fragmentize and this are good against the artifacts, but if he lands them and I don't have this, I want to be able to block it, and I don't have anything else that can block. Trade Winds is fine, Windrake is fine in this matchup. Basically, it's just a matter of getting my guys out faster. Take out the Eager Construct, it's less than exciting. Must admit I like that. Running out of time. We will be on the draw. So we got a hand which is not as good as the last one, but it's 3 drop into 4 drop into removal spell. I'll keep it, it's fine. F8, always F8. That's fine. F6, because I'm not doing anything. Cool, my opponent's on a bit of a similar game plan of doing it nothing. F6. So I can go 3, 4, 5, which isn't horrible. Not too upset about that. I can take a hit or two from that. So it targets creatures, doesn't it? Yep, but that can hit an artifact. Race is on, I guess. Next turn, if I attack for 2, I mean, he needs a creature for. They need a creature for 1. That's a creature. They can attack, hit me for 5, I'm hitting back for 2, which is whatever. Means that he's not going to have his... Yeah. I would like to draw my Fragmentize now. Not blocking that. More lands is not good for me, let's be honest. We have enough lands, and we would like to not draw any more of them, please. Basically, the plan is to hope that my opponent doesn't have any more creatures, and that Spire Patrol can buy me a turn of not having to deal with that. Next turn, I can play the Eagle and get in a bit of damage if there's no blocks there. He's tapping for a creature. That's a creature. Okay, my opponent has flyers. Oh, now you can crew that, yeah. This is not a good start to a game 2. This is probably me losing a game 2 pretty handily. I can't block it because it'll break trade. Next turn I may need to just double block this thing. I can also leave in the dusted if I have to. Hinfman Drake is probably the worst draw because it can't block. But I guess what do I need to do? I need to put 4 points of power in front of it, so yeah, it's some awkward matchup titles. We'll get some damage in. I'll play my best card. We will see what my opponent does. We'll go from there. Doing 7 damage. 7 damage is not nothing. Yep, so that's going to get a counter because I'm going to block Renegade Freighter. Question is, I guess I chuck away the automaton. Oh, hello. Okay, so opponent's giving me some stuff to work with here. I want this dead and this dead, so let's see what I can do. I'm going to have to put myself down to no cards in play to do this, but yeah, block, 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 I guess. You don't feel good about it, but that's what you got to do. Lucky Revolt only triggers once, it doesn't do it for each. Doesn't do it for each creature that leaves the battlefield. Hopefully my opponent has nothing. Okay. So my opponent's 2 creatures to 1. My Drake can block the Pioneer. My Crusher can do nothing. So I'm going to take 6 to... Alright, we're in stay alive mode. So we play the Drake to block the Pioneer. We take 6 from that. We take 6 from the Recruit. We bounce the Recruit. Hope my opponents run out of good cards. Win? Win would be good. They're mapping, I'm guessing they're mapping for a red source. There it is. So if they've got shock or something like that, then I'm just dead if I don't block. I think I just have to straight up block. Feels so bad though. I'm not gonna block. Stuff him. Go on, shock me. Okay, yeah, so we're pretty dead. I don't think there's anything in my deck that's gonna... I mean, I can bounce. I can bounce 2 of his creatures. I guess if I do it... No, because that doesn't work. If I do it in... begin combat... He's still going to get the crew in, isn't he? This draws me a card, so I may as well... May as well get my card, give myself some options here. But if I don't draw anything, yeah, I'm dead. Alright, we're going to concede this game. I'm going to push on to game 3. Hope that I roll out a bit better, because, you know. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Like, ceremonious rejection... It's not good. Nah, I'm not going to play ceremonious rejection. Thriving Turtle? Thriving Turtle blocks stuff, right? Yeah, I don't think there's anything I really want to change. Like obviously I've got the Fragmentize in. Drew a few too many lands that turn. That game. Basically, I just need to stay alive against his big vehicles and hope he doesn't get his stupid whale to block me out of the air. It's just really not much else I can do, unfortunately. We could leave in... No, we couldn't. No, yeah. Let's submit it as it is. We're on the play. Yes. This hand I will be keeping, absolutely. We've got turn 1 Goggles, turn 2 Swooper. We'll draw some lands. Guarantee it. Mold to 6. Keeps the hand and... There, he's put at the bottom, so we're going to go land into Goggles with an F8. My opponent does nothing. Sweet. I mean, that's nice, but we really want to see a third land. We will absolutely put the Goggles. Yes. We have a 2/4. Make sure I attack before I play my second Swooper so that I get the... That's exactly what we didn't want to see. That really hurts. Not fighting that third land. Okay, so we're going to attack. I mean, we're going to get some damage here. We're going to get some artifacts. 1, 2, 3. Well, actually, I'm not actually that far away from casting this because I'm going to be getting these servos from it. And yes, I would very much like to move the Goggles onto this guy. Actually, if I draw a land, if I draw my land, I get to attack for 3. Then I actually get to play my Winking Raiders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because I'll have a third servo. Second servo, third artifact. Plus 3 lands equals 6. Gets me a 4/3. Oh, that's not what we wanted to see. Come on. Alright, land. That's disappointing. Alright, flame for 2. And yes, we want to get another servo. Nothing we particularly want to do there. Okay, cool. We got a land. Start with playing a land. Then I'll probably play the I'd prefer to play the Automaton this time. Even though it's not flying, it means that realistically I'll probably be able to play my Raiders turn the next turn, even if I don't draw my land. I think once I get to the point where I can get the Raiders out, should be right. Or that happens, and I don't get any artifacts. My opponent's very much on the hate artifacts route. Okay. So, I think we want to just build up our board. My opponent's played literally 0 creatures. Comes the Crackdown. Who plays this card? This guy, like, seriously, the 2 spells he's played are just kill artifacts. There's that thing. That thing's getting melted down. And that thing's not doing anything, so he's going to take 5. If I draw my land, that means I can play both my Windrake, so... Opponent's taking 5 this turn and 7 next turn if everything goes well. That's fine. So hopefully my opponent can't interact with me too much. This wind rate comes down. That's lethal on board, so my opponent needs to kill one of my creatures. Or more. Which is not impossible. My opponent does have ways to deal with my cards. But, you get to this spot, you don't feel terrible. That's getting crude. Do I even want to waste the meltdown on this thing? Opponent knows that doesn't do anything, right? I guess he's just drawing a card, trying to find a way to... Cool. Alright, so my opponent had no way to deal with my flyers. That was the original plan. We get the guys in the sky. Obviously, it would have been a bit nicer to get the wind generators out, just so that it does did some better damage. But hey, we can't complain with a win. But it worked.
Yeah, and thanks for coming.